Ebusuafo me mo bibia kwaba na there is an interesting story bia ever Enra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama announce housing plan for teachers, nurses and civil servants. And you know this is going to be one of my rants, you know. It is going to be one of my rantings on how I see Christianity and how I think the church and religion should take control of certain things, right? And you are going to understand. And then the first time we have subscribing, and click the notification bell on this. So when you see our latest news be about on sa ebeka. Like a video we now me more videos at the bro until like a video we are. Those videos will also come easily. Now, corporate logistica, a vehicle management company, Ghana ha. Very simple. Say, oh, cargo vehicle from sprinter to 40-footer. Or the other say, Fakanama corporate logistica. Now, you are not going to worry with drivers and Simbia. Say, car no, you say, I say maintenance, dabi. Say, car insurance and some stress it. Se kan ebenye juma yo enye juma yo on stress the corporate logistica ebeye ene se omo we juma wo ho omo drivers wo ho omo ade kan be mo na wa kan ye ode no omo tia oka 2 times every single month nto de emfa ho driver wo twi kan na juma emfa ho de ane se kan no ye ho maintenance ye ho insurance ye tia drivers ne ka na won so aka ne ye ode ne ye tia oka simple fefefe Frewamu, it was 059-802-2033. Corporate logistic, I won't pay we now pay the Young also say Mahama announces housing plan for teachers, nurses, and civil servants. Let us read. I say President John Dramani Mahama has announced a major low-cost housing initiative aimed at expanding access to affordable and dignified accommodation for public sector workers across Ghana. The president disclosed that the government is implementing the scheme in partnership with organized labor and financial institutions to ensure that nurses, teachers, doctors, and other civil servants can access decent housing under favorable conditions. Also, he made the announcement on Saturday, May 9th, during the sword cutting ceremony for the construction of the over 1,000 unit Green City housing project at the Desua in Bosonche district of the Ashanti region. Into Omoko Kate sword ewa Ashanti region, Omobesi a year 1,000 units. What you say 1,000 units a year Green City housing project. Also, according to him, the initiative is anchored on an innovative housing finance framework that includes the establishment of a 3 billion Ghana cedis revolving fund. The fund will be created through a partnership involving government, organized labor, and private sector and key financial institutions. Under the arrangement, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust and the Public Bank Ghana will collaborate with the government and labor unions to establish the facility. In fact, me read this story when now one anka me bebo mudin SNITs. But they say SNITs any abai are collaborating on this. You know, SNITs any abai they collaborating with deal with so I am happy about that. The fund will then be used to provide credit to state housing developers such as State Housing Company and the Tema Development Corporation to construct housing units nationwide. Into what Mahama, basically what the story is saying is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ako a year Ashanti region. Enra ena wakwako ye sword cutting for construction of 100 units housing project bia your friend Green City housing projects ewo dede so a na ho and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ekoko announce ye say aban establish a 3 billion Ghana cedi revolving fund. Na fund ni 3 billion yi aban in partnership with organized labor. Nti can organize labor osha teachers for ko ni nurses for ko ni na aban ni omo na etenase na yetumi ayesa 3 billion Ghana cedi fund. And then the private sector and there's some key financial institutions, you know. Into your person say and as idea we no snits and the Republic Bank ebe collaborate with a buying and labor unions no, to establish the facility. Into basically we are having details snits Republic Bank, and I know because in fact in Ghana I know said the only bank our investment in rates, you know, real estate investment trust. The only bank our rates real estate investment trust our Ghana has a Republic Bank. So I am really not surprised at all. Say Republic Bank, they are going into something like this. For people who don't know rates, you know, it's also part of investment. What you say? So just like maybe you put your money in a mutual fund, no. Republic Bank for omo in 9 bia wo mo esi. Na 9 na wo mo esi no. Omo dia man for han. What you say? And na we trade now person we invest here. Okay, Republic Bank for what? Now I say you want to invest in REITs. REITs real estate investment trust, right? If you tell them that, they will tell you say maybe real estate investments are every year maybe we make 5% and now we make 10%. If it's okay for you, then you put your money in there. Sometimes the rate is better than treasury bill or not, and sometimes the rate is better than bonds. So I know say Republic Bank so far the only bank so I am not surprised say Mahama Kano Republic Bank and na no, right? I'm not really surprised. Now you know, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama we no Oka say they are going to have collaboration with the labor unions, and then they are going to establish the facility. Or say the fund will be used to provide credit to state housing developers such as State Housing Company and the Tema Development Corporation to construct housing units nationwide. And I love this. TDC. So I think say fund no ebebo TDC and State Housing Company bosia na omo edi akwa kosisi adan no. What you say? Or say, and all the housing companies will be given credit from this fund to build houses. And then the banks will give mortgages for the workers to buy the houses and pay over a 15 to 20 year period, he said. The president explained that the model is designed to make home ownership more accessible and sustainable for public sector workers, while also strengthening Ghana's broader housing delivery system through structured financing. And I think that this is a perfect plan. This makes a lot of sense. Now, let me break it down once again for people to understand. So basically, what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing, and it's buying plus banks, any labor unions, no, any SNITs, ebeba together. Now, omo set up fund. Fund no, sika yedi tum ye 3 billion Ghana cedis. Now, so 3 billion Ghana cedis ya ye king. Yebema State Housing and the Tema Development Corporation. Omo ye abain ejuma yeku. Omo they deal in development. Ati asiye TDC obia onim TDC biano. Me I have PTSD when you mention TDC. You know, as someone who grew in Tema community too. You know, I have this just by the way. I have a story. My story, as they say, baby ana menema meteno. Baby ana TDC for babetro say omo babe bubu ye dan. Charlie, free me collaborate mu dina. Baby a oh wa TDC for babetro ye be bubu mu dan no ntimuntu free ha. Last minute omo yeso mu be bubu pe. Bibi beba na ababeji en bon so mu bubu dan ni biom. So ever since I was a kid, I've always been afraid of TDC. Many in a crano. me TDC I know who be abome because me so no me hu so mo aba betro dan no na me su TDC for be bubu ye dan na me su say hey you know that you see psychological. Anyway, that's just by the way. That's just one of my old stories. But basically, obia wotetema bia no nim TDC. If you've gone through my experience, what you say TDC for the inform agro. Basically, that's the moral of the thing. So, abiding through TDC and state housing, no, ebesin na no. Now, uye teacher ni na wopedan na. What you do is that obeko bank system be a friend mortgage. Na Ghana for mo abrochire no. You know this system because mumu bebre na no mo agi mortgage bebi amote no. Into obeko bank ho. Na odi upay akwa akoto bank ni nim say oh. Ebia uye teacher ni every single month sika awoje eye 3,000 cedis. Omo be ye calculation aka so okay. Edan ya yebetumi ama no. Ebia edan ewa ha nan a yesisi no ebi wa ha ebi wotema ha ebi wa ha ebi wa ha ebi wa ha ati ase flats bi wa ha 2 bedroom na sika ye beje no o pay no e wo se wutua maybe 30% and 40% emma bank no every single month for 15 years and for 20 years. If you do something, what you say in TBB no, and then you find a mortgage, so that a whole ecosystem. All this labor for no, or move to mean so up a baby muti ato say Ghana. If we have a proper mortgage system in this country, the plans is Excellency John Dramani Mahama or having no, it to mean nationalizing year. You know, a lot of Ghanaians will be home owners. You know, a lot of Ghanaians will be home owners. Into say, oh dear, say nya hwe kra na obe brand mo jeni na wetia sa by the time obe yes obe call retirement no. Na oni ne fie. You know? And I say with the 30 years wa ware wa kwa kwaje no wa commit 15 years of my life. No wetia obe di 45 no na fie ne ye ne dia. There are a lot of people at ages 45 today who probably don't even own a house. And imagine, say BBC. Oh, your teacher me. I remember very well. Was it Kufuor time? I stand to be corrected. Either Kufuor or Atamios. It should be Kufuor. I think it's Kufuor time. BBC by. Na eno na eba be sesan teachers bebre na abrabo. Ebe ma teachers bebre eba be oni cars. I don't know whether a Kufuor and Atamios, one of them. You know, because there was a time now we call public school. Ghana has a na teachers Charlie motorbike ranomu nibi. Tia non so bibi sa baya omo be ye loan ema teachers a near a car loan. The teachers no kokoje car loan na near titi fi omo pay mo kakra. Oh, anche for bare 5 years na fe obe call Saito schools no na teachers be bra park omo cars. E ba be sesan teachers be bra brabo. You know, so I think say to me and the sunny no mortgage ebeboa, you know, ebeboa, and aside Republic banks, then so I wish or I hope say the other banks will also take advantage of this. I don't understand why Ghana Commercial Bank is not running any rates investments. It should be part of their plans. You know, it should be part of their plans and how they should really look into it. What you say, it should be part of their plans and then not only Ghana Commercial Bank, but all the other banks. You know, just as people run mutual funds, no, let's run a REIT. You know, real estate investment trust. So basically, how maybe Yenfan say Ghana Commercial Bank KBB what it will mean, and they say Ghana Commercial Bank Bekatre Ghana for say ye create a new investment be a friend a real estate investment trust. Ghana Commercial Bank Real Estate Investment Trust. No be how do sika beba be shemu biano. After a year, maybe a bema of 15%. Now what will happen is say omo di omo sika beba be shem no. ye de say sika no ebekwa akope asase yantam bi ni ye si flats what you say na so li ye si flats na ye de ma obi a wo government worker as mortgage inti government worker ba no ba be signing no oji a no there's nothing like losses because oba be signing no oji a ana say obetumi aye mra say government worker be a oji pay through Ghana Commercial Bank no ono ne de be ma no. You see how a lot of government workers will come and sign up. So basically no we are going to have constant flow of cash because nipa kro de ne sika aba be share investment ni mu no obenya back because government worker na aba beje building no every month otua into otua na nipa kro na wono so odi ne sika ba be shame no woji ne interest. You see, once we think around things like this, smart ways of solving our problems, we are going to see say government worker behind ebeba ba be dan common say obi eye abaye juma enye demand say after 15 years ono ankasa woni dan. You know, this is Charlie, sometimes His Excellency John Dramani Mahama papa na adwen woni trimu like seriously papa na adwen woni trim pa, you know, adwen wo papa ni trim. So me imagine say nanka ade we nanka meka setia ana nanka meto asofo ne churches for, but no, I think say omo a ebeboa mo the banks. The banks should rather take advantage of that. You know, Ghanaian, listen, I think say naturally as Ghanaians, especially with Ghanaian businesses, we are, I don't know, but it is time we need to extend. Mebo Professor Joshua Alabi Abaso, because he's the board chair of Ghana Commercial Bank, right? For the very first time, Ghana Commercial Bank and Indigenous Bank, Matese, they are extending and they are going to set up branches in Liberia. Now, it will be very hard, very difficult. We nananko peso yesa, pakwesindum. Later ye na yehundi etono. But it is very difficult to see, especially something like a bank, Ghanaian bank, extending into other countries. Because social bank bit is a cow bank. No, I mean, no, social bank bit is a UBA, Zenith Bank, Eco Bank. These banks are not indigenous Ghanaian banks. Zenith Bank, any UBA, they are Nigerian banks. And no more extend the ababe set up in Ghana. But your indigenous Ghanaian banks, they say Ghana Commercial Bank, are the only place you find Ghana Commercial Bank is Ghana. You know, I think that it is time for us to expand. It is time for us to look beyond our boundaries. It looks like Ghanaian banks have been, and I'm speaking to people who have studied investments in Ghana. I have a book, and I'm always going to say I have a book on investments in Ghana because every single day, you know, I've really studied investments in Ghana. So I know even though I've not done finance, but Ghana see no minimum. I think Ghanaian banks have always been comfortable in their space because kianeke akwa se obi asem obeka ne se o ya abanye juma anye ye kra no last minute ubenya payday. There are a lot of people who are comfortable in that field, so they don't want to extend to do extra things bia ebi edisika bebre womo. What you say? Sana Ghana banks no ni feel so womote. Omo hu ne se normal things na ye ne kra na ye den kra benye sika. Se yamfa ye sika mbobo sua kra yamfa mba nkrofo kra na aban beba na aban aba beje treasury bill. Treasury bill no what it simply means na aban be bobo sua free ye ho. Enti se yenya sika kra na aban beba be bobo sua free ye ho. Obeba be tia ye ni yenya ye sika. Aban be issue bonds. Ye beto bonds ni bi. Corporate bonds wo ho. Ye be kwa tobi. Inti no se yanye bibi kra na at the end of the year ye benye sika because ya to treasury bill, ya to bonds, ya to way. So I personally feel like the Ghanaian banks have been very comfortable in their fields and they don't want to explore because of sometimes maybe there's a risk, but they don't want to sort of explore other sectors. Ebia adia wo mode ba no ɛbɛboa ɔman no na asan so aboa wɔn. An example, look at the real estate investment trust you are making. Imagine banks no ewo inyama bisa. What you say? Imagine the banks no eyenkrofobia say, okay, we are ready to take a risk. We are ready to think into the problems of this country and find solutions. Whilst we are thinking into the problems of this country and we are finding solutions, it is also helping us make money. And let us not be in our comfort zones. Imagine the banks are constantly thinking that way. Now, there are a lot of things where my way more banks ne kra ne be funded because someone is at the end of the day a far. You get me? So I think this is a good plan that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It makes a lot of sense. If you understand what Mahama is saying and you understand the mortgage system, you know that what he's saying, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. What you say? Papa no wadwempa, but omo a wo mo beboa no no any asem no, but adwempa ne de bibiri wo. Montre mo adwo comment box ni mo medamo ni na ase. Ebusianfo book na eda screen is no your friend the Ghanaian investor. This is your most practical guide. Ebetrel senior obe investi ewo Ghana. Now a lot of people don't know, but you will be your friend of the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now Ghana Stock Exchange, we invest ewo Ghana Stock Exchange more. What it simply means, and it's udi usika invest in some companies be a listed ewo Ghana. Companies be to say a year Ghana Commercial Bank, companies be to say MTN. Into the best investments any Ghanaian can ever do. Investing in a Ghana Stock Exchange, because on average Ghana Stock Exchange return revenue and a ROI of 25%. What it simply means is that every single year biano when you crano na 25% if you invest in a Ghana Stock Exchange. This book is going to go take you through how to invest in a Ghana Stock Exchange, how to invest in a Nyamabia your friend mutual funds. Now aside this there are 3 other investment firms be a Ghana Hanson Swa a secret and crowdfunding. If you purchase this book, you are going to get to know of those secrets or those investments, and then it's going to change your life forever. Get this book, The Ghanaian Investor. So open book maybe at a very simple number na that book neso 055-807-4986. Obe to me a fresh number no. Ofra you best sort out with the book. Obe to me so our WhatsApp number no. So one person obe free and answer one person obe WhatsApp ya. Very simple. On your screen, video now wo hwe sisia no ube hu baby ya draw view products. Obe to me a click so a obe hu say books ni na ebeba. Na wa click book no o version ni twi video wo ho ni PDF ewo ho ni English video enso wo ho twi video no eye for wo mo a eye na akenkan eye omoden omo ana wo ntumi nkenkan brofo ni English video enso wo ho akenkan ye oden na nso pe brofo a English video wo ho PDF enso obi a wo hwe a wo pese wo kan wo phone so na trese bibia eco smooth no also there any the PDF. So that is also another way you can get the book. So what me now you Ghana ni now our brochure. You can just go on Amazon. Now I search a book no the title. That screen is no The Ghanaian Investor. Into search for book ne title Ghanaian Investor. We won't say beba now I purchase it. Na say ya ship it the abroad our brochure ho. And I say video now we see no you will be a friend the description box our YouTube. Into an answer click more. O click more o be call description box ni mu into call description box ni mu a o be hu say a book no ne links ewa ha what ya say o pese o use mobile money a eno ne say wa click sa link na ya tro get my book here for mobile money, get the ebook here now wa click so now on saka get the hard copy now wa click so now on saka very 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 simple. These are the ways obetumi use enya book we yento book we ni ehu senior yebetumi invest. Ghana's economy is booming. I personally believe that the next set of billionaires and millionaires they will be coming from the Ghana Stock Exchange, and so take advantage of this, learn how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange amidst any other and all other investments and also what Ghana for.